Hi folks, Mike with ModSolar here. Today I'm going to show you how to use the new patent-pending panel layout technology on a flat roof, and specifically the types of things that apply to a flat roof that don't apply to a sloped roof. So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at our panel layout technology for a sloped roof, please do that before you look at this video. It's a little more detailed and talks a little bit more about all of the things in this new technology as opposed to just those that apply to a flat roof. And I'm actually going to move a little more quickly through the flat roof one than you would have on the sloped roof. So we're going to go ahead and add a proposal, very quickly add some usage, and now we're going to go to the map. So in the map, you've seen this before now if you've seen that other video. The first and most important thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this radio button and click on flat roof here, which tells the system that I'm doing a flat roof instead of a sloped roof. Okay? Now this dark roof here is the one I actually want to draw on. So I'm going to go ahead and just start clicking. We've got a nice easy to use square here. Okay? So not a huge amount of stuff to do, very simple. When I click in the middle, one big thing you'll notice in the pop-up is that the slope is no longer there. Why? Because now that you've clicked a flat roof, we're assuming that it has a slope of 0. And I'm going to change the azimuth to point perpendicular to the long edge of the roof. And this will indicate that I actually want the panels facing, it looks like about southwest. So now that I've done that, remembering that this box here is what will show up in the PDF proposal, I'm going to zoom in, recenter just a bit, and now let's go have some fun and lay out some panels. So you'll see in this case, this installer only has one panel, but I'm still getting 2 layout options. And what kind of layout options am I getting? Well, the first I'm getting is what we call freeform, and by the way, every flat roof is doing a freeform, okay? So this is very important. Flat roofs will not be using the edgeline method, just the freeform, and that's because why? Sometimes you want layouts like this, and sometimes you want layouts like this, and the freeform is the way to get there. So in this case, we see that we still get more power out of a solution where the azimuth, or the long edge of the roof, the panels are laid out according to the long edge of the roof, instead of if we did it in a pyramid and forced it south. Now, this particular proposal happens to be in New Jersey. If you're in some of the higher sun areas of the country, like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Southern California, anywhere really in the Sun Belt, that may not be the case, and the force south method may actually give you more power. But in this case, it's actually going to be the azimuth. So we've got nice, easy to install ballasted panel alignment here. On a flat roof, we make a couple of key assumptions. First, we assume that you'll always lay out the panels in a landscape mode, okay, in landscape to the azimuth, okay, so that the short edge is the one that is actually tilted up on the roof. Now you'll notice that it looks like we do have some spacing between these panels at this zoom factor. And how do we know that? Well, if I click on mount type, you'll notice that we have a panel tilt of 10 degrees. This is a default setting you can now set in proposal settings. I'm not going to change that just yet. Before I do, I want to show you panel spacing. So here, what's happening is we're actually doing the math for you now to figure out, based on the winter solstice, what kind of panel spacing or inner row spacing do you need in order to allow for inner row shading. And in this case, it's a lot less than you would think. It's only 4.5 inches. Now, I know that in the industry, we usually say about 12 inches as a rule of thumb, but it turns out we're actually wasting space with that. And by doing the math and laying it out now, our panel layout technology allows us to see that. So if you've got racking systems that will allow more than that, you can certainly change that. But for now, 449 is what we've got. So that's how it works with laying out panels. Now, let's say, for example, that for whatever reason, I wanted to go with a tilt, okay, that was 40 degrees, which is roughly the latitude in New Jersey, okay? Let's go ahead and rerun that, and I think you'll be surprised at the result. So obviously, by tilting the panel, even in landscape mode, by 40 degrees, and of course using the panel dimensions to do it, okay, what we're going to find is, wow, take a look at that. That system is a lot smaller, okay? We see how much inner row shading, and in fact, we need over 50 inches of inner row shading as opposed to just 4.5 inches. So clearly, we need to be at 10 degrees. I'm going to set it at 15 degrees just to show you what that looks like in case you want to use a system like that. And when it comes back, you'll see that obviously the inner row shading is much smaller. Okay, so when that comes back, I'll just go ahead to the incentives page and the proposal page, and of course everything carries through. So as soon as this comes back, we'll go ahead and end the video. There you go. Now we've got some more reasonable shading here. The spacing now is at 8 inches, so an extra 5 degrees is equal in this case to about an extra 3 inches. But ultimately the key is that we've now automated this process for you, so you don't have to worry about exactly where to put your panels. We've given it to you in a very easy to use method, and we've calculated that inner row shading. And of course, you can still delete some panels if you want just by clicking on them. So that's what I've got to show you today, folks. Again, this is our new patent pending panel layout technology. We're extremely excited, and we think you will be too. We're always here for you. Please contact us at modsolar.net or info@modsolar.net, and we're happy to help you in any way we can. Thanks so much, and we'll speak to you soon.